talk about neck range of motion exercises or neck flexibility exercises. Our neck has 6 motion. So we have something called flexion, which is bending down. We have extension, which is looking up. And then we have rotation by turning your head to one way and then the other side. And then we have this thing we call side flexion or side bend. You're just dropping your ear down to that. So we separate into active range of motion, which means you're just moving it by yourself. And then we could do passive range of motion where you use your hand or other force to bend it, okay? So really in this case, it should be, we call active assisted range of motion, where you're actually trying to move and at the end you use your hand to help it a little bit. So now we'll go through the motions. So for flexion, I'm gonna turn sideways. I want you to see if you could drop your chin down. You see my neck is kind of rounded up. You don't want to slide it forward, okay? It's gonna bend down here. You could use your other hand to pull a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't put your hand too much close to the top of your head. You could hoop over to give you a bit more drag here, okay? So that's flexion. I would do about 5-second hold, about 15 repetitions or so. Then extension, usually we will look up this way. I would say you could do that just for range of motion, but don't force it because it tends to compress our neck. So instead of doing extension looking up to the sky, we usually do this thing called retraction, where if you imagine I got a string tied to the back of your neck, pulling me straight back, I'm gonna pull it back. So if you notice my chin stays level, okay? When you pull out, don't look up, don't look down, just go straight back. Okay, 5-second hold, 15 times or so. So now for the rotation, I want you to try to keep your chin level when you turn. At the end, you can use your hand and push it on the kind of cheekbone, but don't push on your jaw. Okay, so you're gonna push it a bit, 5-second hold, relax a little bit, you're gonna push it a little bit. So try to see, if you see my neck is straight, don't let it bend, okay? So keep it straight, just rotating it. And then we'll do the other side as well. So the last motion is the side bend, or it's a side flexion that we talked about. I want you to drop your ear down this way. You could use your other hand to give it a bit of a push, or some people might hook over and pull. But go very gently. I don't want you to hurt your neck, all right? So we will do, obviously, this side first, 5-second hold, maybe about 15 to 20 times. Then you do the same thing on the other side. So here you go, make sure your nose is kind of pointing straight, don't let it drop, okay? So these are the pure motions of your neck. I don't usually give neck stretches because I find the muscles in the neck, usually they are more spastic rather than tight. So tight, we could describe it as being shortened. So if you, let's say you have a tight calf or something like that, you could stretch it to try to make it longer. But I find the neck muscle in general it's more spastic. So when people do these stretches, it tend to set it off. I honestly would think if you have neck spasm, try some heat, like real physical heat, not the cream, not the paste, but just like a hot pack. You can put in microwave or plug in. So the heat will actually relax muscles and also give you some pain relief. Other than that, you could try to lie down and rest your head on the pillow or something, because in standing, the weight of your head loads the muscle, so the muscles are very difficult to relax in that position. So you could lie down on your back with your head down on the pillow, or if you recline a bit on the lazy boy or so, but make sure you prop up your neck, okay? So when you recline, make sure your head doesn't tip back, make sure it's neutral like that.